Another disappointing draw for Arsenal at the Emirates against Brentford. The game ended 1-1. Goals from Thomas Partey and Johan Wissa. Thomas Partey gave us the opening goal in the 61st minute, while Johan Wissa equalized in the 78th minute. For me personally, I'm frustrated because right now the gap between us and Liverpool is now 10 points, which we should have reduced that gap to just 8 points going into the game against West Ham tomorrow between Liverpool and West Ham. But in my own opinion, I think Arsenal have already given up on this season's Premier League with the way we play in this game. We've already given up, and that is so frustrating, to be honest. That is so frustrating as a supporter watching your team pulling out of a fight, which I think we should do everything we have at this fight. We are all looking at the Champions League, which I think, well, is something to look at, and we should be mindful about the limited resources and players that we have available at this point. But regardless of that, I think this game against Brentford was killed by rotation. Do you understand? Rotating 5 players is too heavy for me, I would say. It's too heavy. And that limited our chances creation, most especially in the first half, because we could not get in behind Brentford backline very, very quickly, which I think was a shortfall for us in the first half. And in the first few minutes of the game, there wasn't that fluidity because we rotated heavily. There wasn't that fluidity in the game, and we struggle a lot. And there's something I've been complaining about this Arsenal team. Our transitional play is not that effective, and it's very, very bad. Do you understand? Because there are some times whereby we can catch our opponents on a break, but we delay all these kind of balls going into the final third. We delay it and allow the opponent to sit back and to reset. And there's no way you can break a team that is on low block if you don't catch them by surprise. Do you understand? That was how we get the opening goal of the game by Thomas Partey. It was through a corner. David claimed the ball and he played Declan Rice through very, very quickly with a very, through. Do you understand? He played Declan Rice through. Declan Rice picked the ball from his own half up to the box of the opponent, and he dropped the ball for Thomas, who took that ball just once. Do you understand? And we could have gotten a goal. We could have gotten the winning goal in the second half, whereby the goalkeeper made a mistake. Bukayo Saka snatched the ball, which I think he should have done better in that regard. I don't know why he took an extra touch. You've already controlled the ball. The ball is within your ring. Pull the ball into the back of the net. The defender cannot use his hand to touch the ball. Put it in a difficult position, in a difficult place for him to reach. His extra touch allowed the defender to just throw the ball out of his leg, which I think wasn't good enough in my own opinion. This is not just typical of Bukayo. I think that extra touch put him in a very difficult position. And if you have that kind of opportunity in this kind of difficult game, you have to take it. And again, in the first half, Zinchenko was in the midfield, I think, which was another shortfall for us in this game. I'm not going to lie, because the only time that we are effective is when we are on the ball. When we are off the ball, Zinchenko doesn't have that energy, that power to run around and to put pressure on Brentford. So that gave them a lot of freedom up front. It gave them a lot of freedom up front to play out from the back and have some vital possession and some transitional play right from the back, which I think if we have our normal 11, the likes of Odegaard, the likes of Merino will have pressed Brentford's backline, and they will have made numerous mistakes in terms of kicking the ball longer. We claim being receiving, as in claiming the ball, claiming this first ball or the second ball. Do you understand? But that I didn't see today, based on the rotation we did in this game. In the first half, we have a couple of chances which I think we should have done better. Do you understand? Tierney have an opportunity which was dismissed, which was choked off by through an offside, and again Martinelli, his opportunity was blocked. Do you understand? These are moments that I think should have made difference. And again, Trossard's shot, I think that was that was at the edge of the box. We didn't create enough. It took the shot from the, which I think was a good try from him. And in the second half, as I said earlier, we struggled a lot. We've struggled throughout the season against small teams on low block. Anytime any team adopts a low block trust strategy, we've struggled to break them and we struggle to play. Do you understand? And again, there are some moments in the game whereby Saliba will push the ball into almost in the final third, and I think he did that twice or three times in that game, which I think was brilliant. If our midfielders does that in that game often, we should be able to move the ball quickly and to catch them unaware. We didn't move the ball quickly, pull the ball quickly, and we didn't get behind Brentford quickly in that game, which I think was a shortfall. It is really frustrating to see Arsenal play like this, most especially when we need this kind of victories to mount pressure on Liverpool. Tomorrow, they will just be relaxed to play against West Ham, which I think they will win, obviously. They will win against West Ham, obviously, and the highest they can do. And now, they will just need to win to have just 9 points to win the league, regardless of what happens this season. So for me, I think we gave up too early, because if not, we shouldn't be playing like this. And our reaction was so bad and was so poor. Our reaction was so bad and was so poor. I don't know. Of course, we are forced to play. We are forced to play. We are forced to play with 10 man after Jorginho got injured. I think that was around, let's say, maybe 8-10 minutes to go in the game. It was off, and there was we don't have no substitution to replace him, and we were forced to play with 10 men. This game, I'm frustrated, to be honest. I am frustrated, and this game, it's so bad, so bad, and I'm not impressed with how we approach this game and the result that we got from this game. Please drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If you're just coming across this video for the very first time, please do it, like, share, subscribe. And if you're already, please kindly smash the like button and drop your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in an episode. And bye for now.